What's up guys, my name is Salman. Welcome to my channel where we talk about personal development, lifestyle, and fashion tips. If you clicked on this video, chances are that you want to know how to become a higher value man. And what is a high value man? Typically speaking, this is someone who's perceived as someone who's very desirable, has high ranks, and is someone who can generally captivate the attention of anyone walking into any room. And in this video, I'll be giving you guys 5 tips to become a higher value man. Tip number 1 is to have purpose. When you look at a high value man, this person knows the direction in life that they are headed. This doesn't mean that they know everything or what they're doing. They just have a clear direction of their goal and they just go after it. They're not really worried about who's going to judge them, what others are going to think. I challenge each and every one of you to think about a goal that you have and try and go after that goal. For me, this is going to be YouTube. And this is something I want to get more consistent at because I've started in the past, but I just been on and off, and I'm always sometimes thinking that, oh, I don't know what others are going to say or what people are going to comment down below, and it's just not even that bad. So I only say this right now because by saying it out in this video, I know you guys will hold me accountable, and if I don't post, then you guys will just run in the comments and let me know to post. When you write down these goals, you can visually see what it is that you're trying to aim towards, and now all you need to do is develop a plan of attack. How are you going to get from point A to point B? It all starts with just writing down the goal. Whatever as crazy and impossible as it may seem, write it down and tell yourself that this is where you want to get to. And you're just going to wake up every day feeling like a higher value man as you continue to make progress towards achieving that goal. Tip number 2 is to get uncomfortable. You see, a high value man isn't someone who's going to just be like, I'm good here, I'm just chill, I like my basic job or whatever this is, I'm just gonna work this until I retire. You won't see this in a high value man. You will see a high value man putting themselves in uncomfortable situations because they want to continue and grow as much as possible. And this isn't because they need to, but it's because they know that they have weaknesses. No one is perfect. All we can really do is work on improving in those areas. So if you're scared of talking to people or you're just not good at communication, then I would highly recommend that you put yourselves purposefully more in situations where you're going to be having to speak with more people. At some point, we've all been there. We've been in a classroom and we don't understand what's going on. I don't even understand the lesson. You don't want to raise your hand in that moment because it's so uncomfortable because of that judgment. You're like, oh man, what if my friends think that I'm asking a stupid question? They're gonna think I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, and I don't belong in here. The teacher's gonna think I'm dumb. Think about it this way: if you are in your job and you don't know what you're doing, are you going to ask the question to get it clarified, or are you just going to stay quiet? I guarantee that if you don't ask the questions to clarify what it is that you're trying to do, you're going to end up making a mistake, and then it's going to look really bad on you and potentially have you get fired. Whereas if you're asking the questions, you're always on top of your work and you're making sure you're doing it effectively because you're asking those questions, being uncomfortable and getting good with that, then I guarantee that's eventually going to lead to you getting better and better at your job, which is ultimately going to lead to you getting a promotion. So I encourage you guys to challenge yourselves, get more uncomfortable, say yes to a thing that you've been putting off for a long time. Tip number 3 is to add value to others. See, high value men know the significance and the weight of adding value to others based off of what it is that they know. And the majority of us, without even realizing, when someone asks us to do something, the first thing we do is huff and puff and why are you asking me to do it? I'm so busy with my own life. I don't have time to do this. I can't be there for that, or blah, 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 whatever that is, and you just feel like you're going to get used if you help someone out. So recently I read this book called The Go-Giver, where the main character is trying to close the final deal and he's unable to do so, and he's just trying to figure out how can he make the target so he can get a promotion. And he ends up meeting this guy who starts teaching him other values. He gets one lesson, which is you got to give more than you take to earn more. And even the main character is like, what does that even mean? And essentially what it means is, when you add value to others, without expecting something in return, you're gonna get something in return because your presence becomes more desirable. Your knowledge becomes more desirable. Take for example, you have your specific responsibilities at work. You notice that one of your co-workers or your boss is struggling with something. If you do decide to help them out and you've added value to their lives by making it easier, you've solved their problem, then you know what? They're going to think about this, and next time an opportunity comes up, they're going to want to give it to you instead of someone else. And just by doing that, you've just gotten a promotion or a salary bump or whatever it is, without even like thinking too hard about it or trying too hard for it. The more you begin to add value to others, this is just going to make you more desirable. People will want your presence, and it's just going to make you even more attractive, because girls are going to notice like, wow, everyone wants to talk to this guy. Like, I want to talk to this guy. So, I highly recommend you check out this book, The Go-Giver. I'll be sure to leave it down in the comment section below. This leads me on to my next point, which is to increase your net worth. You can't be a high value man being broke. You wouldn't go to a homeless person and ask them for advice or thinking that this is a high value person. And similar to that, you wouldn't go to your coworker and ask them, how can I be more successful? Because this person is at the same level as you. Instead, you would rather get the advice of someone who's making over 6 figures already, because this is the person you see as a high value man. Now, hold on, before you guys come attacking me for telling you guys to just go make more money, I understand that this isn't a switch that you can turn on and off and you're immediately making more money. What I'm saying is you need to put more focus on ways to earn more money and increase your income. That could be getting better at your job and trying to get that promotion, and putting in the time to get that raise. Give the attention to your side hustle that it's just been kind of like laying there. You just haven't given it the attention it needs to actually flourish. And this brings me on to my final point in this video, which is to improve your appearance. When you imagine a high value man, what do you imagine? So you probably imagine someone in a suit who stands tall, is confident, has a firm handshake, can look you in the eyes and not be intimidated by anyone. So if you're trying to become a higher value man, make sure you're focused on those things. These are just some of the basics. You want to be presentable. Make sure when you're stepping outside of your house, you're not smelling like ass. Make sure that the basics are taken care of. You don't want to be around anyone who doesn't smell good, who looks like a bum. So make sure you focus on the basics. You're well groomed, you smell good, you look good, and then you can be considered as a higher value man. Make sure when you're speaking, you're not mumbling, you're speaking with confidence, you're shaking hands firmly, and doing these things is just going to make you a more desirable person to be around. And that's it for today's video. These are 5 tips to help you become a higher value man. If you want to check out The Go-Giver, be sure to check the comment where I've left a link to a free PDF. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.